Hello. In today's class, I'll be reviewing the rules of density. Of course, only a couple of rules are there. Uh, and next, how to find the missing mass and missing volume to solve the problems in real world scenario. And really quick, these are the two quick rules which you are expected to remember. The first one is material density. Material density. So, like aluminum, gold, copper, those kind of material are given. Then, how to find the density means density equals to mass per volume. When it comes to population density, then we are going to use this one to find the area or population density. Okay. So here I copied a question, but I know the place is not sufficient. So let's quickly go to the next page. There we'll attempt the same question. Well, this is the first question. The mass of a pure silver coin is 4.1 grams. The volume of pure silver is given point centimeter cube. Once again, there is a typo error. And the question is, what is the density? First of all, please copy the information. I see that mass of, so here the information is taken. Mass is 4.1 grams. And next, volume is given as volume equals to 0.58 cubic centimeters. The question is, what is the density? So, you know that density formula or rule is density equals to mass per volume. Anyhow, I thought of starting with an easy question. So you know that mass is here, that is 0.41 goes here, and volume 0.58 goes to the denominator 0.58. So let me take my calculator, and here it is 0.41 divided by 0.58. So that's giving me 0.70689 blah blah blah, but I'm taking after decimal. Two digits are sufficient. If you want, you can take the third digit. So these many grams per centimeter cube. This is a pretty easy question. So let me go to the next question. The population density of Lukachukai is 6. Okay, so population density is 6.5 now hosts per acre. So let me write the information. The first one is oops, spelling mistake. So it is population density equals to 6.5 now hosts per acre. So these many people per acre. There are 4,386 now hosts live in Lukachukai. Therefore, the number of people equals to 4,386. How many acres? So how many acres means what is the area of the land? That's the question is. So let me write that population density equals to N over A. N stands for, that is number of people. A stands for area. Therefore, number of people over area. Now, let's plug in the numbers. Here, density is given. Density is given. Therefore, that value to be plugged in here. Let me take 6.5 here. a number of people. I see that that goes here. So that is 4386 over area. I don't know. So let it be area. So here you may have to follow a little bit of algebra, like both the sides multiplied by area, then how to eliminate, how to isolate area means division by 6.5. So division by 6.5. So area equals to 4386 over 6.5. So let me take my calculator. 4386 divided by 6.5. That gives me 674.76. Either you may round it or you may take after decimal two places. But in my previous sessions, I mentioned that there is an easy way, that is, you think of the magic triangle. So what is this magic triangle means? Draw a triangle, then take an English alphabet T, then write the formula. I'm writing this formula, which is density equals to number of people over area. So if you are trying to figure out what the area is, just you may use your thumb to close, just you write the triangle maybe on a piece of paper and close it using your fingers. I'm trying to find area. So if you close this one, you see that n over d, right? Therefore, let me write straight away area equals to n over d, which means number of people over density. So in such case, we need not bother about the algebraic method, eliminating and all these things. We need not follow this. So simply if you follow the magic triangle technique. So number of people, I see that 4,386, and density, that is 6.5. So let me take my calculator, which is 4386. Of course, already computed earlier. So that is 64, the same number, 674.76. This is the area, therefore, these many acres. Okay. Now, any questions, please? Next, Alan Bean, astronaut extraordinaries, has returned to the Kennedy Space Center with samples from his recent travels. He has 2,135 grams of soil from Moon. Given that Moon has an average soil density of 1.5 grams per cubic centimeter, how many cubic centimeters of soil is that? That's the question. So first of all, grams means this one is indicating that mass. Therefore, mass is 2,135 grams. And next, density is given that 1.5 grams per cubic centimeter. So here the question is, the missing part is volume. So how many cubic centimeters? If you are asked to find the density, it is easy. Density equals to mass per volume. But other than density, if you are asked to find either mass or volume, then I strongly recommend you to go for a magic triangle. Okay. And then don't forget to write the letter T. Then write the formula density equals to mass per volume. Now here you are trying to figure out what's the volume. Therefore, if you strike it, then volume equals to volume equals to. You see that there is a fraction which is m over d, which means mass over density. Once when you write the formula, just plug in these numbers, mass here, and density goes to denominator. So let me quickly plug in those values. 2135 over density is 1.5. Then take your calculator and punch it. 2135 divided by 1.5, 1423. It is 1423 point. After decimal, I am taking 2 digits. So this is the volume. And the question says that how many cubic centimeters? Therefore, these many cubic centimeters. Again, any questions? Okay, let me go to the next one. The next question is, at a skating rink, the people skating produced 82,100 BTU. What? What is this BTU? This is British thermal units of heat. The interior of skating rink is 110 feet long, 50 feet wide. So indirectly, this is giving us a hint to compute the volume, right? To the nearest thousands, how many BTUs per cubic foot did they produce? So again, this is something similar to the density question. So first of all here, produced heat produced equals to 82,100 BTU, which is British thermal units. And next, the dimensions of the hall are given. The hall dimensions, that is 110 feet long, next 50 feet wide, and 25 feet tall. Okay, so just like the density formula we use here, the numerator goes, that is whatever the heat produced over volume. So what is heat produced means, you see that is 82,100. Let me write the same. Then what is volume means length times width times height. Therefore 110 times 50 times 25. Either you can do it here or else you can compute and you can write the answer there. So let me take 110 times 50 times 25, 137,500. So 82,100 over 137,500. Again, let me use my calculator. 82,100 divided by 13,750. Did I take the right one? My apologies. So 137,500. Therefore, one more zero. I forgot to keep it here. So 137,500. That's giving me 0.597. As I mentioned before, after decimal, 2 digits are sufficient. Therefore, the units of heat is BTU, which is British thermal units, or this one is, I hope you remember that here, feet, and feet. Therefore, that is going to be cubic feet. So, this much of heat is produced. Okay, so let me jump to the next question. Hot air is less denser than cool air. So hot air will rise above the cool air, increasing the air temperature. I think you might have been seeing the hot air balloons. Let me copy one from the Google. So you know about these hot air balloons. Okay, now one sec, please. Right. So here, let's again take the important information. The density is given, and mass is also given. The question is, what is the volume of the air needed? Again, I'm repeating, the density of hot air is given as 0.27 kilograms per cubic meter. And next, the mass is also given as 920 kilograms, which means the mass of this balloon is given as 920 kilograms. The question is how much volume of air is needed so that the balloon can lift 920 kilograms. So the question is, what volume of the air? Usually they fill it with lighter gases like helium. So, as I mentioned before, you draw the magic triangle. You may write the letter T inside this one, and then write that density equals to mass per volume. Then here we are looking to find what volume is. So if you hide it, then it is mass per density. Therefore, volume equals to, let me use, okay, volume equals to, just now I told you that it is mass over density. You can see a fraction there, mass over density. Now just plug in these numbers. What is mass means? It is 920 kilograms over density is 0.27. Take your calculator and compute 920 divided by 0.27. So it is 3407.40. So this is the volume. But it is always a good habit to mention the units. If you read the question thoroughly, you can see that kilograms per cubic meter means here, based on that, see, volume cannot be in kilograms per cubic meter, but volume here it's going to be cubic meters. Okay, now questions on this, please. Any questions? Well, let me go to the next question. The height of a tree trunk is 12 meters and the base diameter is 1.5 meters. Okay, so back to this one. I'm sorry, just for some reason I went to that page. So here the height of a tree trunk is 12 meters and the base diameter is 1.5. Let me go to Google again and copy this time the tree trunk. So Google, so tree trunk. This is giving a better idea. Oh, No problem. So let me copy this image and let's go back to our page. So now you see that there is a tree trunk which is in the shape of a cylinder, right? So the height of a tree trunk is 12 meters, therefore height is 12 meters, and the base diameter is 1.5. You can take either at the base or at the top. This is 1.5. Okay, so please remember there are high chances of making a mistake when diameter is given. If you look at the diameter, immediately compute what is radius. As you know that radius is half of the diameter. Therefore, just I'm writing at the top, radius is half of the diameter, so 1.5 over 2. Well, now the density of the wood is given. The question is find the mass. Okay, so let me write the details. Density is 280 kilograms per cubic meter, and here mass you are asked to find. When it comes to volume of a cylinder I have to take. You see that this is in the shape of a cylinder, therefore volume of a cylinder is pi r square times height. So pi is 3.14 or maybe 22 over 7, either value can be taken. And radius, as I mentioned before, you have to be really, really careful, because when diameter is given, you may be tricked. You may take radius as 1.5. There are high chances, so you have to be really, really careful. Radius is 1.5 divided by 2. That is half of diameter, that gives you the radius. This is multiplied by height. Height is, you see that it is 12 meters. By the way, all the units are given in meters. I forgot to mention that. 12 meters. So let me grab my calculator. Here, 3.14 multiplied by 1.5 divided by 2 square times 12. Again, a small tip, when you are using the calculator, that 1.5 over 2 square, please keep them in parentheses. Otherwise, the calculator may take it as either 2 square or 1.5 square, not the whole. So please, when you write a fraction, please put it in brackets. I mean parentheses, the same thing you have to type on calculator. Well, this one is multiplied by 12. I got 21.195. So 21.195 cubic meters. Okay. Now, again, when you're asked to find density, you know that is mass per volume. But if you're asked to find any of the other two components, either volume or mass, then blindly you go for a magic triangle that saves a lot of time. So let me draw the magic triangle, and all of us know that density equals to mass per volume. This time I have to figure out what the mass is. Therefore, let me hide mass. Now D and V, they are not forming a fraction. I see that they are side by side, which means these two are to be multiplied. Therefore, mass equals to D times V, or I would say that density multiplied by volume. Now just plug in these values. What is density means, that is 280, and what is volume means it is 21.195. You may take just two decimal places. So let me grab my calculator. 280 multiplied by 21.195, that is giving me 5934.6. Anyhow, we are computing the mass. Please read the question carefully. You see that this is in kilograms. So these many kilograms. Now questions. Guys, any questions? So let's go to the next question now. The next question is an Arizona based dairy farm has a milking herd that collectively produces 129,000 pounds of milk per square kilometer. In fact, in my previous session, I explained this one. It is 1 square kilometer. 1 square kilometer. When cows are grazed, 129,000 pounds of milk is produced. Now, if the company is planning, let me strike out one extra zero, so 251,000 pounds of milk, then how many square kilometers do these cows get to roam around on? So earlier also I mentioned that in these kind of questions, if you are not really sure what to do, means yesterday, I mean in my previous session I have given an example that you take any simple question which is similar to this one. I see one here, so I'm taking one here. So the cost of one burger is, let's say that $2, maybe burrito, okay? And now here, look at these numbers, and here is the question mark, right? So let me put a question mark here that shows that how many burgers can be bought. You can take some number like $6. I suggest you to take some numbers which are within 10, 1 through 10. So it's very easy for you to guess that if you have $6, each burger is costing $2. Then how many burgers can you buy? Means the answer is 3 burgers. How did you get? Means did you add, did you subtract, did you multiply? Means you may say that no, you divided. So 6 divided by 2, that gives you the 3 burgers as the answer. So the same technique I'm using here, if you divide here, then you get the answer, as simple as that. Therefore, let me take that 251,000 divided by 129,000. You know, if the numerator has zeros and denominator also has zeros, 3 zeros in the numerator and 3 zeros in the denominator are cancelled. Then later on, I'm left with the 251 divided by 129. I'm using my calculator. I got this is equals to 1.9457 blah blah blah. These many square kilometers of land is kilometers of land is required for these cows to graze. Okay, now questions. Well, back to whiteboard. Now let's go to really quick. A couple of questions are left. Mr. Travolta, who is a treasure hunter, Mr. Travolta finds a treasure chest with metallic coins. The chest has a volume. You please notice that here the information is given. Volume is given. The coins have combined mass. Mass is given, volume is given, therefore it's pretty easy for you to compute. Mass is 2,214 kilograms. And next, what is volume? Means volume is 0.82 cubic meter. So if you have these two, obviously then you have to compute the density. So straight away I'm computing density equals to mass per volume, mass per volume. Let me plug in these numbers: 2214 over 0.82. So let me compute this one. 2214 divided by 0.82, that is 2700. So 2700, the units are you please see that kilograms. So kilograms per cubic meter. Okay, but this number is not matching with any of these numbers in the given list. Please notice that here the units are here. The density is given in the table grams per cubic centimeter, but I got the answer in kilograms per cubic meter. That is the reason you are not, I mean, the answer is not matching. So here, kilograms per cubic meter. Please remember, if you want to convert grams per centimeter cube to kilograms per cubic meter, then you have to take times 1000. But if you have to work backwards, that is kilograms per meter cube to grams per centimeter cube, what you have to do is, if you have to work backwards, means you have to divide by 1000. So if I divide this one by 1000, you may make use of calculator, and then you'll get that 2.7. So I see that 2.7 is here. I repeat, I see that 2.7 is here, the table. So whatever the coins he got, they're not gold coins, or they're not silver coins, they're the aluminum coins. Okay? Actually, he thought the coins could be silver. He thought the coins could be silver, but unfortunately, the coins are not silver coins, they are the aluminum coins. Okay, now the last question for the session. The United States has minted $1 silver coins called the American Eagle silver bullion coin since 1986. Each coin has a diameter of, please see that each coin has a diameter of 40.6 millimeters, and so diameter is given, and 2.9 millimeters thickness. Okay, the density of silver coin, so density is also given. What is the mass? The question is, what is the mass? So let me write the details. First of all, density is given as 10.5 grams per cubic centimeter, and next the dimension, the mass is to be computed. And when it comes to volume, if you keep the coins one over the other, they take the shape of the cylinder. Therefore, when you are computing the volume, you have to take the volume of a cylinder, which is pi times radius square times h. Pi value is 3.14. When it comes to radius, again, here diameter is given 40.6 millimeters, and what is radius means, that is half of that, so 40.6 over 2, that gives you that 20.3 millimeters. But please notice that the units are given here cubic centimeters. Therefore, I have to convert this one into centimeters. Okay. While converting from millimeters to centimeters, you have to divide by 10. When you do that, you will get the 2.03 millimeters. Again, I'm repeating, you have to divide it by 10. You have to divide it by 10 in order to convert to centimeters, because the units are here centimeters. So radius is 2.03 radius square times what is the height means. Again, height is given as 2.98. Height is 2.98 millimeters. Again, if you want to convert this one into centimeters, divide by 10, then you may make use of calculator. You will end up with 0.298 centimeters. Why we are computing means because the density is given per centimeter cube. Therefore, it is 0.298. So let's compute using the calculator. 3.14 multiplied by 2.03 square, 2.03 square times 0.298. It is 3.856. Anyhow, this is the volume. What are we got? This one, what are the units means? You can see that it is in cubic centimeters. That's it. Okay.